You know exactly how this feels. You finally get serious. You cut back. You skip the takeout. You say no to the trip. You brown bag your lunch like a financially responsible adult. And after months of discipline, you manage to scrape together $2,000, maybe $3, maybe even $5. You log into your bank account, and for a moment, you feel proud, responsible, in control. Like maybe this time, it's different. And then life humbles you. The car makes a noise that sounds expensive. The rent goes up. The dog eats something it absolutely should not have eaten. Half your savings disappears in one random Tuesday afternoon, and you are back to asking the same question. What is the point? Why live like a monk if one inconvenience can wipe out months of sacrifice? Saving money feels useless. It feels fragile. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Below a certain number, it kind of is. Not because you are bad with money, not because you lack discipline, but because until you hit $10,000, your savings do not change your reality. They only delay your next emergency. Here's the part nobody explains. Before you hit $10,000, saving feels pointless. You grind your way to $1,000, and nothing changes. You reach $3,000, and you're still fragile. You push to $5,000, and one bad week can wipe it out. Because under 10K, you're not stable, you're exposed. Every unexpected bill feels like a reset. Every emergency feels personal. So your brain starts whispering, why am I even trying? But it's not that saving doesn't work. It's that you haven't crossed the threshold yet. There's a number where money stops just sitting there and starts protecting you. For most people, that number is around $10,000. And until you hit it, the progress feels invisible. That's the illusion. Once you cross $10,000, something shifts. Not your lifestyle, not your job, your stress level. Suddenly, a car repair doesn't feel like a financial heart attack. A surprise bill doesn't send you into panic mode. You're not rich, but you're not fragile anymore. That's the difference. At 10K, money stops being decoration in a jar and starts acting like a buffer. It buys you breathing room. It buys you time. It buys you options. And psychologically, that changes everything. You stop feeling like you're one mistake away from zero. You start feeling stable. That's when saving stops feeling useless. Because now, it's doing something you can actually feel. This is the phase where it feels like financial whack-a-mole. You save, life hits you. You save again, something else breaks. You claw your way to $3,000. Then a bill drags you back. And because your life still looks the same, your brain starts whispering, see, this isn't working. You don't feel richer at $3,000. You don't feel secure at $5,000. You still have the same job, the same rent, the same stress. So it feels pointless. But here's the truth. This is exactly what it's supposed to feel like. The progress is invisible. The foundation is being poured underground. You're not failing. You're in the hardest part. And most people quit right here. And then one day, you hit it. 10,000. Not rich, not retired, but stable. And that stability feels different. A bill shows up, and you don't flinch. The car makes a weird noise, and your heart rate doesn't spike. You're not one accident away from zero anymore. That's the shift. At 10K, money stops being decoration in a jar and starts acting like a buffer. It buys you breathing room. It buys you time. It buys you options. And psychologically, that changes everything. You're no longer surviving. You're stabilizing. And that's when saving stops feeling pointless. Because now, it's protecting you. This is the stage where most people quit. Not because they're incapable, not because they're lazy, but because the progress is invisible. You go from $2,000 to $4,000 to $7,000, and nothing about your external life changes. You don't feel rich. You don't feel secure. You still have the same job, the same rent, the same random expenses popping up at the worst possible time. So your brain starts negotiating with you. Maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I should just enjoy my money now. Maybe I'm overthinking this. That voice gets loud in the early phase because the reward is delayed. There's no applause, no visible transformation, just slow, quiet accumulation. And that's exactly why this stage matters. Because if you can stay consistent when it feels pointless, you're building more than savings. You're building discipline. And discipline is what carries you to the number where everything finally starts to feel different. And then something strange happens. You finally hit $10,000. Not $100,000. Not financial freedom. Just $10,000 sitting there. And suddenly, saving doesn't feel pointless anymore. When a $600 car repair shows up, you don't panic. You don't reach for a credit card. You don't feel that tight squeeze in your chest. You just pay it, and your savings barely move. That is the shift. It's not about being rich. It's about stability. It's about knowing one bad week doesn't wipe out months of effort. $10,000 does not buy luxury or status. It buys breathing room. And once you feel that, the entire game changes. What really changes at $10,000 is not your bank account. It's your nervous system. Before that number, every expense feels like an emergency. Your brain is constantly scanning for danger. A strange noise in your car? Stress. A random email from the dentist? Stress. A slight dip in your income? Full-blown anxiety. But once you cross that 5-figure mark, something shifts internally. You realize you can handle problems. You realize you're not one bad week away from disaster. And that quiet confidence rewires how you see money. You stop treating every dollar like a life raft. You start treating it like a tool. That's when saving stops feeling useless and starts feeling powerful. This is the moment most people miss. When you hit $10,000, nothing flashy happens. No fireworks, no financial freedom parade. Your life looks exactly the same on the outside, but internally, something shifts. 10,000 isn't about being rich. It's about no longer being fragile. A surprise bill doesn't destroy you. A bad week at work doesn't send you into panic mode. You stop making desperate decisions. You stop saying yes to bad deals just because you need cash fast. That number gives you breathing room, and breathing room gives you leverage. It's the first time your money isn't just surviving. It's protecting you. And that psychological shift is worth more than the number itself. This is the moment everything shifts. Not because you're rich, not because you've made it, but because you finally have a buffer between you and chaos. When you have $10,000 set aside, a car repair isn't a crisis. It's an inconvenience. A medical bill isn't panic. It's paperwork. Rent going up isn't the end of the world. It's a budgeting decision. The problems don't disappear. Life still happens. But you stop reacting emotionally to every financial hit. You stop feeling like one surprise away from zero. And that psychological relief, that quiet stability, is when saving stops feeling pointless and starts feeling powerful. At 5%, $500 earns you just $25 in a year, which feels pointless and makes saving seem useless. But that's the illusion. It's not that saving doesn't work. It's that you're below the threshold where growth becomes noticeable. When you hit $10,000, that same 5% becomes $500 a year. Same rate, completely different feeling. Below 10,000, progress feels invisible. Above it, you start to see real movement. It's not life-changing yet, but it finally feels functional instead of decorative. That's why this number matters. Before 10,000, it feels like you're pushing a rock uphill and getting nowhere. Every deposit feels small. Every return feels invisible. You're doing all the work, and the money isn't helping yet. But once you cross that line, something changes. The effort is the same. The percentage is the same. But now, the numbers start moving enough for you to notice. That's momentum, not magic, not luck, just scale. Below 10,000, you're forcing progress. Above it, progress starts assisting you. And that psychological shift is everything. This is where it stops being about numbers and starts being about identity. Before 10,000, you see yourself as someone who tries to save, someone who starts and stops, someone who hopes it works. But once you cross that line, something locks in. You don't feel like a saver anymore. You feel like an investor. You feel like someone who builds. The balance might not change your lifestyle yet, but it changes how you see yourself. And once your identity shifts, your behavior follows. That's the real milestone. The money is just proof. This is the turning point most people never see coming. Once you're past that critical number, your money stops sitting there like a trophy and starts clocking in like an employee. 10,000 is proof you can save. But beyond that, the compounding begins to feel real. The interest isn't tiny anymore. The growth isn't invisible anymore. You're no longer dragging every dollar uphill by yourself. Now your money is adding weight to the push. It's subtle at first, but it's powerful. And that's when saving stops feeling useless and starts feeling like momentum. This is the moment most people misunderstand. $10,000 will not change your life overnight. It will not buy freedom. It will not replace your income. But it changes something more important. It changes gravity. Before this point, every dollar feels like pushing uphill. After this point, the hill flattens just enough for momentum to begin. Your savings stop feeling fragile. You stop feeling one emergency away from zero. And for the first time, you realize you're not just surviving financially, you're stabilizing. That's the shift. Not flashy, not dramatic, but powerful. You don't need to feel rich to be building wealth. That's the illusion. The first 10,000 doesn't change your lifestyle. It changes your trajectory. It's the moment you stop proving you can save and start proving you can sustain. Before this number, it feels like effort. After this number, it feels like movement. And once you feel movement, you stop quitting. That's why 10K matters. Not because it's life-changing money, but because it's identity-changing discipline. You don't need to feel rich to be building wealth. That's the illusion. The first $10,000 doesn't change your lifestyle. It changes your trajectory. It's the moment you stop proving you can save and start proving you can sustain. Before this number, it feels like effort. After this number, it feels like movement. And once you feel movement, you stop quitting. That's why 10K matters. Not because it's life-changing money, but because it's identity-changing discipline.